contraction phase is just having them come up into a crunch, basically. And you can support their head if you need to, and then relax. And then we're gonna grab in the axial area bilaterally. You're gonna come up, and you're gonna push down into the space that's created on the superior part of the bolster. And this is something you can push pretty hard into. Their arms can just kind of fall to the side. So basically, and you can just, I don't want your head to be, yeah. So basically you're coming up like a C curve. You're coming up and around and pushing down into the space that you've created on the superior aspect of the bolster. So the lower ones, you're basically, and we left a tail here so that it wouldn't slip, but the lower ones, that one is, you're basically doing both at the sides at the same time. So the lower ones is one at a time. So if I'm going to do her right, the bolster is going to go a little bit lower, and the contraction phase is going to, she's going to be crunching up against resistance from this side, kind of an oblique crunch, and then relax. And then your hand positioning is you want to be on the contralateral side of the patient, and you have one hand on the stabilizing the pecs on this one side, and the other hand is going to be fingers splayed in the intercostal spaces, and basically you're pushing down around, molding around the bolster on both sides, the space that you're creating on both sides of the bolster. So your motion is not going to be straight down, it's going to be pushing up and around. And you want your bolster to basically be in between where your hands end up. So if my hands are about on the sternal angle, on the side to be stretched, and onto the opposite side, more superiorly on the superior aspect of the bolster, you want to raise them and the bolster is going to fall. It's usually about nipple line. So you're going to push down and around. Any questions with that one?
I have a question. Why is that stretching more down by her
On the right side? Well,
than on the left?
and that brings up another good point, is if you can get skin-to-skin contact with that, it's going to be a lot more helpful, because you're actually pushing in, your hands are in the intercostal spaces on that side, so you're really actually stretching them directly.
So more on this side.
So then the opposite would just be, then you do the second side, which for the upper ones, it's the same stretch for both sides.